Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Super Bowl Tales from the Super Bowl. I am your host, Mr. Riley from Mr. Riley's World, coming to you live from the West Coast, the best coast on the West Side. What's cracking, everybody? Man, again, just hanging out over here on Sunday night. Wonderful, wonderful day in Southern California. And we have episode number 2. That's right. 2 of my friends, famous friends, have agreed to come on and talk about some of the shenanigans behind the Super Bowl. Now, of course, we all know that the Rams won. It was a close game up until Aaron Donald did what he needed to do. And so, man, just still, you know, the city of Inglewood is just kind of happy. The city of Los Angeles is kind of happy. Rams season ticket holders are kind of happy. Everything is well with the Ramley, if you will. So just a wonderful time, Super Bowl 56. And we got 2 friends who are ready to share some important stories from behind. And, you know, I think everything has kind of gotten back to normal. And let me just show you this clip really, really quick. Just driving by Inglewood yesterday, right? And as the Super Bowl was happening, I mean, I didn't even have this vantage point. Everything was, you know, tents everywhere. Parking lots were full with trucks and cars. Tents were up, stages were up. I mean, this is a wonderful day yesterday over here in Inglewood, and we're able to get this shot right here. As I was driving down Pinkai, you know, it's nice and quiet over there in Inglewood now. So just so happy that the Super Bowl was hosted, you know, at the SoFi Stadium, my next door neighbor. And so, again, we're just going to bring my 2 friends on. If you're watching, you can go ahead and drop some comments, either if you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. Take this opportunity to share, tag a friend if you will, and if you happen to watch later on after the live is done, you can still drop some comments using the hashtag Replay Squad. That way we know that you kind of watched all the shenanigans that was Super Bowl 56. So I have a friend. She was put on by another friend. She was one of the dancers at halftime. And then I have a Bengals fan. This guy is probably the only Bengals fan that I know. And so he agreed to come over and hang out with us. And so without further ado, I just wanted to introduce Jason Gilmore and Ernika Burnett. What's cracking, y'all?
Hey.
What's good? What's good?
What's good, man? Have you guys got over the Super Bowl yet?
Nope.
You have it?
Yeah, yes and no. Yes and no.
Yes and no? Okay. Now,
Yeah.
before we get into the Super Bowl talk, man, you guys introduce yourself, and Ernika, we'll let you go first, and then Jason, you can follow up.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I'm Ernika Burnett. I'm a Rams fan. We'll get into that later. I love the art, so doing this was absolutely just amazing. So we'll learn more later.
Absolutely. Okay. And then Jason, go ahead and you got the solo cam, bro.
Yes, sir. I'm Jason Gilmore, filmmaker. Bengals fan since like 1988 or so. And was very excited to have the opportunity to attend at SoFi, which is walking distance from my house.
Absolutely. We're joined. Let me just dig in the comments real quick. I noticed that my mom was watching on Facebook, so I had to get out. Shout out my mom. Hey, Mom. Thank you for watching. And then also last week's guest, Mr. Solomon Payne. He's in the comments watching. Thank you, Solomon, for coming out watching part 2. All right, guys, let's go ahead and hop into this thing, man. So Super Bowl 56 happened, and Ernika, I want to start with you. What was your attraction to Super Bowl 56? How did you become a halftime dancer?
Well, I got a text from a very good friend, someone that you know very well and love.
Yep.
Her name is
Absolutely.
I got a text from Hi, and she said, check your email, your Yahoo account right now. So I checked, and lo and behold, it was the information to become one of the field casts for the Super Bowl halftime show. So I applied immediately. Like, I did not take a second. It was immediate apply. We had to fill out an application. You had to send your headshot in. And that was on Friday or Saturday. And by Sunday, I got the response that I got in. So thank you, Mai.
Here's the funny thing. We were rolling. I don't know where we were going or coming from, but we were rolling around. And she said she got this email because, as we're driving, I'm like the professional driver in the family. And so she's always checking her email when we're not talking. And so I look over and she's like, oh, I know someone who's perfect for this. I'm like, for what? She's like, oh, you'll see. So, she sent the information over to you. And then a couple of days later, like you said, once you got, approved, she's like, oh, she got it. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, well, remember the other day when we were driving? And, I was like, yeah. She's like, well, I sent Ernika, this information to become a halftime dancer. I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, she got it. And so she was jumping up and down, all excited. So that was cool. Yeah, once she said that you were going to do this or, send that information over, I was like, okay, she would probably be the one. Crip walking, sea walking.
You know it.
All up and down the stadium floor. Because I remember, and I should, what I should have done? I should have had that clip. I should have had that clip from your birthday party when you were dancing. And you know what? Don't trip. I probably can pull it up while we're talking.
God.
Yeah. Don't trip. Don't trip. Do you mind if I show it if I can find it?
I don't care.
Okay. Cool. All right. And then Jason, man. Let's pass the mic to you, man.
Okay.
Bengals fan for a very long time. Now, you're not from Los Angeles originally, right?
Not from Los Angeles. I grew up in Ohio, in a city called Toledo. That's about 3.5 hours north of Cincinnati. Pretty much all my teams, except for the Dodgers, are in the Midwest somewhere. They're in Ohio or Michigan or somewhere. So, yeah. So, longtime fan. I became a fan on their last Super Bowl team, like during the season. And was thinking and they lost, to the Niners barely. And I'm thinking, oh man, we about to run. And then we went into the 90s, which was like a decade of fanship that I would not wish on my worst enemy. And then we got into the Andy Dalton years where we were making the playoffs, but it was always some tragedy waiting for us in the first round. So I've been through a whole lot with him, and I always promised myself that if they ever got to a Super Bowl, I'm going, no matter what my situation is or where it is, I'm going. So we were halfway into the season before I realized the Super Bowl was actually in LA this year. I, for some reason, thought it was next year. And we were looking legit this year. And I'm like, you know what? This could happen. This could happen. And these dudes kept winning. And and then when they beat the Chiefs, I was like, oh man. I gotta figure this out.
Yeah.
I gotta figure this out. Somehow I got 2 weeks to figure this out. And yeah.
Well, hold on.
By the grace of God.
Hold on, Jason. Hold on. Don't spill the beans just yet. Don't spill the beans just yet. We just want to marinate. I mean, okay. So in other words, you weren't ready, right? I mean, you had a lifelong dream, and you guys made the playoffs. It wasn't like you had your pennies saved up, right? Stacked up in the corner somewhere.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I had a lot of people joking with me like you should have been able to go because you should have been if you had 30 years to save money, you should have been sitting in the front row, you know. And I'm like, really? That's disrespectful. You know,
Absolutely.
It's like,
Absolutely. Yeah, that's jacked up, man. That's jacked up. It's
you know what
okay.
I'm saying? You see how they do us?
Yeah, absolutely. It's okay because, you know, every year my team is supposed to make the Super Bowl, but we haven't been there for umpteen years. So,
Yeah.
you know. But I'll go ahead and say it for next year. Next year is our year. Next year is our year.
Hey, everyone's supposed to feel that way. It's March. Everybody's
Absolutely.
looking good right now. You know?
Hey, everybody's 0-0.
Right.
Absolutely. So let's bounce back over to Arnika. When you introduced yourself, you said you're a new Rams fan.
I did.
Now,
When I knew, but
I do remember there was a time that you would root for Javed Best, right? And you know those guys, and probably Matthew Stafford, right? Wasn't he over? He was over there for a long time.
He was there for a minute.
Yeah, tell us about your affinity for the Detroit Lions.
well, I didn't really start liking football until like later on in life, and by then LA didn't have a team. I didn't want to be a Cowboy fan. Didn't like the Raiders because their fans got on my nerves. Wasn't really into the Chargers because they were San Diego. Just happened to be watching football, and on Thanksgiving, saw the Turkey Bowl, and was like, "Oh, I'm going to be a Lions fan. I'm going to root for them." And the rest is history. That simple, that done. Just from the Turkey Bowl, seeing them like break the little turkey leg, I was like, "That's my team."
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And
That's
years of heartbreak, like here because we won one game, for that season. Yeah, but I stood beside them until LA got a team.
yes.
I'm everything LA. So once LA got that team,
So
Rams
you've been a Rams fan for at least 5 or 6 years now.
fan.
Gotcha.
Yep. And then my cousin, shout out to my cousin Summer, she was a Rams cheerleader as well.
Okay. All right. Summer. Shout out to Summer. And I do see your hubby in the comments as well, watching on Facebook. What up, Daryl? How you feeling, bro?
What up, Daryl?
Daryl is a fellow Cowboy fan. So, America's team is represented, definitely. And, I can't wait, Ernika, until next season when the Rams and the Cowboys play at SoFi.
I can't either.
Yeah, that's going to be a wonderful time. Yeah.
It shall be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I
These
was
are my coins for it.
Yeah, I was really disappointed last year that, due to COVID, when the first game of the season, was no fans allowed, which is one of the reasons, and I don't know if too many people know this, which is one of the reasons why we decided, my wife and I, to get some cheap seats, to become a Rams season ticket holder, right? So that was like one of the main reasons. And then we thought also we could, sell the tickets to make some little financial gain. But yeah, so I'm anxiously waiting for next season so I can represent as a Rams season ticket holder and wear my Cowboys jersey. People do that all the time.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so
They're probably more Cowboy fans than Rams fans. But that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happened at the not the NFC Championship game, but the last 49er game. I mean, it was just a sea of red. Okay, enough about that. So we talked about Jason's affinity for the Bengals. Who was your favorite Bengal player growing up, Jason?
I mean, well, my guy when I first started liking him, of course, was Boomer Esiason. When he had that amazing season, he was like really the first player that I was like, yo, but he wasn't there too much longer after that. And then I just had random guys after that. Like, of course, Chad Johnson, was a big deal. Chad Ochocinco, he was a big deal. I was a big fan of a lot of receivers, him, AJ Green, TJ Houshmandzadeh, a lot of those guys. I was more a fan of teams than the actual individual players, but Certainly a lot of, good players who come through Cincinnati over the years. It just, they were defined a lot by just not getting it done or whatever. But, we've had some good come through there over the years.
Did you have a Chad Ochocinco jersey?
I didn't. The funny thing is the only Bengals jersey I've ever actually owned, weirdly enough, I had a Jeff Blake jersey back in the day, back in the 90s.
Whoa.
The only one I'm not a big jersey person, although I need to, I gotta grab a Burrow jersey or something now. But yeah, the Blake jersey is the only one I ever actually owned, like back in the 90s. So yeah. Got
you. Darren Hudson is watching. He says, "Don't forget your older brother John is a lifelong Rams fan." So I guess Arnika, he's talking to you right there. And then also, Erwin is watching. Erwin says Anika should have hit them fools with the big girl dance at the end. Hey man, listen, I'm going to find that video of her getting her boogie on, and I think it was on your timeline the other day. So yeah, we're gonna have to definitely get that. And then Darren says, "Bring back Jersey James."
Oh my God. Yes.
Listen, I wish I could bring back Jersey James, but the guy who I would pick up my jerseys from is no longer in business. However, Jason, I do know a guy, and I can send you some information where you can get a nice jersey without paying an arm and a leg. You won't have to sacrifice Autumn and Amina to get a nice jersey. Yeah. So
let me know. Let me know. And I'm in the process of converting my daughters into being Bengals fans. So
okay, that'll work. That's what's up. All righty, so let's go ahead and hop over and talk a little bit about the Super Bowl thing. So, Arnika, we know that prior to the Super Bowl, you guys had a number of rehearsals. So just kind of walk us through being accepted as a field dancer. I think that's what you said earlier. Just kind of walk us through the process and all the way up to maybe the day of the Super Bowl.
Okay, so we started on Friday. We actually practiced at Southwest College. We had the COVID test every day. They send you your results the following morning, and then every day you got an email with instructions of what would happen that day. So Friday we were at Southwest. We basically we got fitted for our clothes, and we got positioned. They gave us our place where we were going to stand during the Super Bowl. Crazy thing is, we had no idea the first rehearsal what song we were going to do, what songs any of the artists were going to do. Everything was so just on the DL, everything. They gave us these headphones, and this is how they communicated with us, and this is how we heard the music. So no one, if you didn't have a headphone set, you could not hear anything that was going on. They were just that secretive. The next day, Saturday we were off. Sunday we went to SoFi, and basically we rehearsed with some of the dancers, but it was basically a rehearsal for placement. Tima was the choreographer, and she wanted to see how the entire field was going to look and fill in little spots where she felt needed to be filled. So she did that on Sunday. Monday, we got to see the entire Super Bowl show. So everybody was there. So that was the first time we got to interact with all the dancers, with Snoop, with Dre, with Mary, who were absolutely incredible. Everyone was very nice. Everyone was very they came up to you and talked to you, just really cool. So we got to rehearse with them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Okay, let me stop you right there. Hold on. Let me stop you right there. So out of the headliners, Snoop, Dre, Mary, 50, who was more personable? Whose personality kind of came through and was not standoffish as sometimes celebrities and artists can be?
Well, none of them were standoffish. I was more closer to Dre and Eminem side, so I got to interact with Dre more. And Dre would walk in, "Hey guys, what's up? Oh hey, come and shake your hand." How's your day? You guys good? Like every day he basically spoke to us. Eminem was a little reserved, very focused. You know, he was friendly, but like really like focused.
Right, right.
One girl that was sitting next to me was like, I want to say something so bad to him, but I'm scared he gonna be like, "Who you waving at, you stupid little bee?" You know, because that's just how you gotta come into him being.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. But he
Right.
was really nice, really cool. Snoop is Snoop. Mary was really sweet. You walk by, she's gonna speak. Like she'll stop talking to whoever she's talking to speak to you. We really didn't get to interact with 50, but we heard him in our earpiece cracking jokes every once in a while. Kendrick Lamar is the absolute shyest person I've ever met. Like to see him go from this absolutely shy guy to the beast on the stage that he is was amazing because he will perform and then go right back to being like this shy guy looking around and you're clapping for him and he's just like, oh my God. So that was interesting to see. I never thought he was that shy.
Right. I guess he's being busy, being humble, right?
Yeah, right. Right. And Anderson .Paak is Anderson .Paak. He's just energy. That's all. Just energy. Like he gets on the stage, he's walking up like, "What's up, y'all?" Just energy all the time. So
cool.
It was cool. It was no one was a diva, which was like very good to see, you know. But Dre was the one that I was really shocked at how just who he was. Like,
yeah, it seems like in a lot of the interviews leading up to the Super Bowl, it seemed like he was more relatable. You know, not this bad guy persona that you would perceive him to be. I mean, he seemed like he was down to earth, and you know, not the, you know, I don't want to say monster, but not just the mean guy that, you know, media has made him out to be. And so, no, go ahead.
It blew my mind. It absolutely blew my mind how nice he was. I just wasn't expecting it. For him to like walk over to us and be like, "Y'all good?" You know, every day. Like it got to the point where he like kind of knew us, like, "Oh, what's up, y'all?" Every day. Wow. It was cool.
Wow. Okay.
But I think it has a lot to do with what went on in his life too. Like
absolutely.
The last he got that brain aneurysm. That would change your life.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely. No, that's cool. That's cool, man. No, it just, you know, it just seemed, you know, from the get-go that, you know, just the publicity, some of the videos that they were, you know, putting out prior to, you know, on YouTube, and just some of the interviews that, you know, they were all in, and, you know, they're going to represent the culture. They're going to represent Cali as best as they can. And, you know, they pretty much did it. I mean, when you look at the Super Bowl, it was like a who's who was there, right? I mean, all kind of sports stars, celebrities, actors, you know, whatever the case might be. And it was just, you know, it was just like, you know, the best, for me anyway, one of the top three. You know, we're going to put Prince and Michael Jackson aside, right? Aside from, you know, them two, man, this has to be one of the best Super Bowl shows, or was one of the best Super Bowl shows ever.
Yeah, you can't even imagine how we felt. Like, not we knew we were going to work with them, but to actually see the show first, and we're supposed to be doing our stuff, but at the same time too, and to be sitting down and seeing them pull out the stage, and it's not like your ordinary stage, but to see like Tam, the Compton Courthouse, like the Compton Courthouse really threw me. I was like, that's the Compton Courthouse. You know, to see Snoop's house. I mean, just to see all of that, and you're just like, wait a minute. But then it's a lot of stuff that they didn't get on TV that happened at the Super Bowl halftime show.
Wow.
So,
okay. So tell us one or two things that we did not have an opportunity to see on the TV.
Well, it was so much going on the field, like all of the dancers. Like for Eminem was supposed to be like our main focus. So we came out with the hoods and we had the lights, and but you couldn't see how it was 350 people basically with lights on, with hoodies on, just in a circle basically, while Eminem is doing his rap, and just around him and everybody moving like the same way during that time. And like the band was on like another level. Throughout the whole performance, like the lighting around the stadium with like pianos going and like little beats was going to the music. You couldn't see all that, unfortunately. Like the crowd had on lights as well. So it was
Mhm.
blinking different songs. So all
Yep.
of that you couldn't see. Like a lot of thought was put into this halftime show. And if you were there, you saw how just amazing it was. And everything was just so on sync because Dre was not playing with them that week. He was
Gotcha.
like, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this right. Yeah. And I
Okay.
got to see that we got side of him on Friday night when we was rehearsing.
Right.
And they didn't do everything. He said, hold up. Like, are we gonna do this show? This is our last rehearsal. Like, I need to do it the way we're gonna do it on Sunday. We're not half stepping. Like, we need to do this.
Mhm.
And he meant every word that he said, and I felt it in my soul. And they hurried up and made sure everything was working
Got
because
it
he
right.
wanted.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Every rehearsal was like they was performing. Like nobody half stepped. Everything was like full force every time, and that was amazing to see as well. Like not just somebody up there like half doing it. They did it
Mhm.
every time.
Okay. So let me ask you: were you know, because they were kind of talking about Eminem and you know the music being piped in and him kind of lip syncing. Was that the case? Did he perform live
No.
or?
See,
Okay.
the thing is with these, we hear something totally different than what the audience and what the people at the stadium hear. We hear what's in real time. The audience hears kind of like the music bouncing off. So if I was to take my earpiece off, I would hear something totally different, like way, like we already did that part. So I would be off beat if I didn't have that on. So it would look like he was lip syncing. He wasn't. Everybody was not like it was live. Everything
Gotcha.
was live from the music to all the performers. Everything was live.
Got you. Okay. Cool. Now.
And I saw that on TV and was like, that looked kind of. And then some of the dance stuff looked kind of like offbeat too. And
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so tell us at what point you know during rehearsals, you know, just tell us what part that you danced on the field. Were you on the field for the whole time, or were you just keyed in with one particular artist?
Well, I was supposed to just do Eminem. So Friday, Sunday, that's what I thought I was doing. Got there on Monday. They told me I was a team leader. I was like, huh? And I was going to be a part of California Love. So we came out right before California Love. So we danced to California Love, 50 Cent, and the beginning of Mary. Then we went off for No More Drama. Came back on during the middle of Kendrick, but you couldn't see it. We marched back on during the middle of Kendrick, did Eminem, and then stayed for the finale. So
Gotcha.
I was out there a pretty good amount of time.
Right, right. Okay. Let's hop back over digging the comments real quick. My streaming friend Blind Guy, his wife, their live, Corey and Laquita, was going on over on the east side. They said this is cool to hear the recap from the people who are in the space, and definitely you guys were, or at least Ernika was in the space. Jason was in the space as well. And you know, Jason, let's kind of talk about you for a little bit. You know, there you are sitting, chilling in the stands. And this looks like it was kind of early before the festivities got going on.
Yeah. Once the game started, I kind of just stopped taking pictures. I was so focused on the game, and just, you know how as a fan you always feel like you're trying to like will your team to the victory. So I don't even have any pictures after the game started. Like I don't have any pictures, videos, anything. I just stopped. Like, you know, it's funny because during the halftime show, I actually FaceTimed my wife who was at home, and we were like dancing together with each other, even though I was at the game and she was at home. So we were having a good time. But yeah, someone was asking me like, you know, where's and I'm like, nah, I literally stopped filming or shooting anything once the game started. I got so caught up in the game. So yeah.
Yeah, so if you're just joining us, let's give a quick recap. If you're just joining us, we have two of my friends, Ernika Burnett and Jason Gilmore. This is episode 2 of Tales from the Super Bowl. Ernika was a field dancer during the halftime show, and my friend Jason Gilmore is a lifelong Bengals fan, being from that area, and so he had a wonderful opportunity. I mean, this guy lives where we both live. He lives across the street from SoFi. I live next door to SoFi. And so, it was just a wonderful experience for the city of Inglewood. Like I said earlier, I mean, the city was electric. You had people from all walks of life coming through. One of my high school friends, he was a driver to some folks who, came from out of town. And, we connected at the Super Bowl, right? Hadn't seen him in a couple of years. And so it was just a wonderful, wonderful experience. Super Bowl day was electric. I did not, and then probably what I should have done, I was trying to stay away from that area as much as I wanted to. But the content creator side of me should have went down and kind of videotaped just all of the action and shenanigans that were happening down Penkai. And Penkai was one of the streets that you would have to access to get into the Super Bowl. So let's go ahead and Jason, let's give us a little bit more piece of your story by you being a lifelong Cincinnati Bengal fan. You knew that they were winning. It's 2 weeks now, 2 weeks before the Super Bowl, and you have made a pledge to yourself that if you could get to the Super Bowl and watch your team, and your team was definitely in the Super Bowl, you was going to have to make it. So tell us, man.
it was tough because I was trying to figure it out. And I remember, I think maybe the day after they beat the Chiefs, I went online and was trying to just get a sense of what the tickets were, just so I knew what I was dealing with. And them nosebleeds was like starting at 8,000. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, you gotta be kidding me right now. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know how I'm gonna pull this one off. And I was trying to reach out to people I knew who might have tickets or might have some disposable income and be willing to do me a solid. I'm trying to cover every angle, and nothing was coming up. So the one thing I had going for me was I had a very good friend of mine who I used to work with, who's also a Bengals fan, and he's older than me. He's been a Bengals fan since like the 70s. So he and I had actually gone to a game a few years back when the Chargers were still in San Diego. We went down there together to see the Bengals play. So we were staying in touch, and I'm looking on StubHub. I'm hitting up all the normal sites. And, he just kept telling me, like, man, just wait. He said, them tickets are going to drop. They're going to drop. Just wait. And I'm like, all right, man, I hope so, because it's not looking good right now. So we get up till maybe the Wednesday or Thursday before the game. And he goes, hey, man, have you seen this app? You know about this app, Game Time? And I'm like, nah, what's up? He said, hey, you need to be over there. He said, them tickets it's still a lot of money, but it's way better than what everyone else is doing. And then right after that, he goes, oh, by the way, I got a ticket to the game for $2,500. My chiropractor's friend had an extra ticket, and I got it from him. He said, I was trying to get you one, but there was only one. So I got it. And I'm like, well, thanks for telling me. But now I'm really on my own out here, man. So I went on Game Time, and he was right. I mean, it was a significant, and the tickets were kind of just dropping anyway, as you got close to the game, because the tickets were ridiculous, and, they want to sell them. So after a while, the tickets that used to be, 6,000 was more in the 3,000 range. Like, you were starting to see a drop, and Game Time across the board was just still doing better than everyone. So I just kind of hung out there. So by Friday, and this is 2 days before the game, I'm thinking like, man, and I'm still on the fence if I can even pull this off at all. I'm like, I mean, the tickets are dropping, but I don't know. So I literally did pray about it. I will confess that I did pray about it. I'm not gonna lie, I did.
Hey, you prayed to the great Bengal fan in the sky.
Man, I said, Lord, I need to figure this out. So the ace in the hole I had, but was the first thing. Like I said, the tickets had dropped, and then I found one ticket in particular that was way lower than it should have been for where it was. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna buy this because this is as good as it's gonna be. And what happened was, I know everyone's waiting, like, how did he do it? I put it on a credit card. It's nothing exciting. It's nothing exciting, and I'm actually in a position where I'm in the process of paying off my credit cards anyway. So that's how it worked out. It all came together right at the right time. So I was like, I can actually spend this money because it's about to be gone. So it's, we all family on here. So that's really the secret of it. And my wife gave her full blessing. She was like, happy birthday, happy Valentine's, just go do it. Because she saw how much I was struggling with it. And she was like, you know what? I couldn't live with myself if I just let you suffer like this. This is a once in a lifetime thing. Just do it. I'm like,
Right.
all right, cool. So Friday afternoon, I bought my ticket, and it still didn't feel real until I was in my seat. Like I still like intellectually I knew I had a ticket, but it was like, do I have a ticket? Like I still hadn't really grasped it all the way, you know. And just the weird thing about attending the Super Bowl, period. But then also, you know, that it's your team and a team that you've been through like hell and back with, and that is right down the street from your house. Like that was just a lot. That was like win or lose. I'm like, even if we come in here and lose by 20, this is still amazing. You know what I'm saying? So, so yeah, it wasn't until I got in my seat, and I got a whole story about getting to my seat and everything. But yeah, it didn't really feel real until I was sitting in my seat. And by the way, on a lot of those sites, y'all, they'll have kind of a mock picture of like roughly what your seat looks like. Once I sat down, that seat looked way better than what that picture was. I mean, I was just blown away. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really like, yo, I did that, bro. I'm here. So
Hey, Jason.
That's pretty much what it is.
Two questions for you.
Yes, sir.
Where was your seat? I mean, because just about any seat in SoFi is pretty nice. I mean, you got the Oculus. Go ahead.
Part of what I was dealing with was I was thinking, yo, technically, if you got a seat in the very top of the stadium, because I've been to a couple other games there, I was like, this ain't Staples. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a seat up in the back of the stadium, you're good. So you don't feel like, I was telling myself, don't feel like you got to be all fancy with it, you know what I'm saying? But then that one seat occurred, which was in the 200 section. So I was actually, that's what I'm saying. And it was one. It was one seat.
What?
It was one seat.
Big dog.
In this rain. It was.
Woo!
Wait.
Time. I'm telling you, it was this Game Time app. And I went to StubHub and all the other places. They had that seat, but not for Game Time was like 2,000 less. I don't know what was going on Game Time. That's pretty much what it was. So I snatched it up, and Daryl Burnett, God saved that for you. See, this is what happens when you pray first.
Hey,
people want to make you feel bad about praying for a Super Bowl ticket, but God does what He does. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome. Now, so you spend between 25 and 4.
Yes. I'll acknowledge that. Only because it was phenomenal. Because it shouldn't happen like that.
Hey, listen, man. I had to stop the music because, that's phenomenal. I mean, because, I know Jason. Jason is a praying man. He's one of the servant leaders at my church. So I know Jason pretty well. And so he had the one ticket. I'm talking about not Jason, not Game Time. He had one ticket for you. he had one ticket for you because he knew that you were a lifelong Bengals fan, and you needed to get up in that piece and watch it, win or lose. You just want the experience.
Win or lose. Right.
Man, listen, there were, as I walked around the day before, I got this one clip. I think I was live walking from SoFi over to the to Market Street on Inglewood. And I just saw this guy. He had on his Bengals shirt, and I was like, hey, I see you from Cincinnati. How much did you spend, right, on the Super Bowl experience? And not necessarily just the ticket, but he was just like, about 10 grand. I'm just like, oh. All right then. Well, thank you very much. I mean, and so we, now I think things would have been different if like the Cowboys were in town, and
probably,
man,
probably
my wife would have. My wife been like, no, you ain't going by yourself. We gonna go, right? She'd be like, we going.
Well, I lucked out. My wife is not, she says she's a 49ers fan or whatever, but she ain't really focused. So she was just happy that I was going. She didn't even want to go, which was great because she wouldn't have been able to. But but yeah, so it was all me. She was like, man, just run with that. And it's funny because on that note, I was at the Taste of Inglewood also, and so I got to see. I'm just out and about, and I saw a lot of Bengals jerseys. A few people was hitting me up. Our brother Alvin Edgington hit me up and was man, I'm seeing these Bengal fans
Man,
out here.
they were all over the
here.
place, all over the place.
Hey, here, bro. And and then when I got to the stadium, I mean, and I've been to a few other Rams games this year, and I keep kind of seeing this pattern. I went to the Rams Titans game earlier this year. Whole lot of Titans fans up in there. And this game, the Super Bowl, yeah, it felt like it was about 65% Bengals fans up in there. Like, they was in there deep. And it was beautiful because I've been a Bengal fan in LA for a long time, and you start to feel like you're delusional. It's like you're the only Bengal fan on the planet because you're not in an environment where, you see other Bengal fans normally. If I was in Ohio or something, it'd be a whole different story. But out here, you don't see it. So to see that many people and just with their orange and black on and had throwback jerseys and just the whole setup. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Absolutely. Going back to the comments, Blind Guy, his wife there, Live, says something about that ticket felt like it was hawked from a dude in a long coat until he was in his seat.
Man, look, that's why I said I didn't, until I was sitting in my seat, part of me still wasn't believing that it was real until I got to my seat. And I was like,
yeah, was it Sweet Lenny? Was it Sweet Lenny selling this? You remember Sweet Lenny? Or am I aging myself?
Who's Sweet Lenny?
Okay, see, I think
Sorry.
You have to watch a couple of episodes of Good Times to see who Sweet Lenny is.
Oh no, actually, no, I am hip to Sweet.
Come
Lenny,
on, the brother,
so.
Come on, open his jacket. Yeah.
Hustle Man on Martin.
Absolutely. See, that would probably be a little bit more culturally relevant. Yeah, I got you. Darren Jones says, Jason, stop with the lies. Show the statement.
Look, man, it had to be in that range because it wasn't going to probably happen otherwise. So
absolutely.
It was, man.
He said it's way different. Janet CC Pugh says, yep, way past my vacation budget. And then,
that 10K is crazy. And I kept telling myself, I said, look, man, you're not paying for flights. You're not paying for hotels.
Yeah.
You're just paying for the ticket. Yes. I didn't even eat while I was there. Like, I literally was just paying for the ticket.
Right.
So that kind of also pushed me a little bit like, man, just do it because this is all you're paying for. So.
Yeah. Daryl Burnett says way, way different. He also says save your money. He's talking to Erwin. He says, trust me.
Come on, quick,
Yeah, because Erwin, just basically, I think I showed the comment a couple of seconds ago. I'm paying them. You paying them if the Saints get back to the Super Bowl? Okay.
Hey, look, Quake understands. Those of us whose teams was trash forever and then got good all of a sudden, look, hey, we going. You know what I'm saying? We gonna find a way. We gonna find a way.
Yeah. Janet CC Pugh says, spotlight on Ernika's shirt. That's how I feel about being stingy with my money. Absolutely. I mean, she has Uncle Bernie chilling in his in his chair. No, I mean, but you got to think about it. I mean, this guy here is a longtime Bengals fan. It's across the street, right? He didn't have to pay for a hotel. He didn't eat at SoFi, and I heard the food is not all that great. Last week's guest Solomon, he works there. He was like, nah, don't even eat up on the upper level. He said, now where it's really popping is down below, down below on the first level, but upper level food, nah. So I've been there a couple of times. I haven't even wasted my time trying to stand in line at SoFi. But no, you did what you needed to do, man, to get there to root for your team.
Yeah.
And then here we go. A Blind Guy, his wife there, like says, we all know Sweet Lenny, Hustle Man, Nat One, Uncle that. All of us has. All of us has one, but we ain't claiming it. We got somebody in our family is a Sweet Lenny, right? You come up to them and they can get what you need when you want it. So, absolutely. Darren shows, I'd have brought you some grub, bruh.
I didn't even know Darren was there till after the fact. So
listen,
I definitely would have picked him up on that. But I was so tunnel vision with the game. I was like, I'm eating before I come. I don't want to miss nothing. So
hey,
I didn't even eat.
So Darren Darren, he hit me up. He's like, "Hey man, let me park at your house, right?" You know how Darren talk, right? And so
Right.
I'm like, "Dude, what you doing at the Super Bowl?" Now, I'm thinking, I think he told me he's doing, probation or something. I'm like, what? Y'all looking out for, but end up, from last week, he said he's watching the suites, but even wasn't even watching the suites. He was just there to watch the game. So this dude, is watching on somebody else's dime. Darren, shame on you.
Look, I ain't mad
I'm
at
not
him.
mad at
I'm
him.
actually not
I'm
mad
not
at him.
mad.
No, down low, I'm not mad at him either. You know what I'm saying? All right, so Ernika, let's hit back to you real quick. So you're at the rehearsals, and the day of the Super Bowl, right? Darren and Solomon kind of talked about last week their ordeal with parking and all that kind of good stuff. So where did you park? Did you park at El Camino as well?
No, we went to the Galen Center.
Oh, okay.
So we met at the Galen Center. That's where we got dressed. They fed us. We got on the bus. There were school buses, but we had police escorts. So on the way to the freeway, they stopped traffic for us. On the freeway, they stopped traffic for us. The buses had halftime show signs on it. So people were like taking pictures of us, videos. It was insane. So yeah, we didn't park. Thank God, because that was too far.
Got you. So you parked at Galen. Now, Galen, for those of you who are not familiar with Los Angeles, Galen is probably about good 7 to 8 miles away from SoFi. Probably about a good 25 minutes on a good day. And the Galen Center is on the campus of USC. So just to give you kind of idea, some of the venues in LA are kind of close together. And so you guys were able to hop over there and ride over. Now, did you have to take the tram back over to Galen?
Yeah, we got back on the buses right after the performance. We got right back on the buses, and they took us back to Galen. And where they fed us again, they gave us a whole box of pizza.
Nice.
An entire box of Domino's pizza. I'm like, oh, no.
Right. Okay. What pizza was it? Who was the maker?
Domino's.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what's up.
Good, though. It was good.
That's what. I'm sorry, Darren, for spilling. He had to get on the false pretenses, like he looking for some folks. Anyway, okay, cool. All right, so you weren't actually part of the Super Bowl. I think you told me before we started that you guys had to wait in a tunnel once you got to SoFi Stadium.
Mm-hmm. So once we got there, we had to walk around. We walked through SoFi to the tunnel that the players go in, and we basically got in our positions. The cool thing about that, we did see a lot of people walking by, and we got to see the Rams. Somehow, like one of the doors was open in the locker room, so we got to see like Von Miller and everybody in there right before we went on. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, Super Bowl champ himself. That's cool. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, so give us. So I know you were really nervous about performing. Kind of tell us. How did you feel? I mean, were you nervous? Were you at ease? Were you ready? Were you hyped? And I think, matter of fact, you sent me 2 videos. So let me show one of your videos. So I'm gonna show this one right here. Let me cut the music real quick, and then you can kind of describe what we're actually looking at. Okay.
Okay.
Somebody is calling me. All right, so here we go. Ernika, so here we go.
This opportunity goes once in a lifetime.
That's during the Eminem performance.
Okay.
You weren't supposed to have your phones. They were so strict on phones. That whole week, we couldn't take our phone in. And then we could, if we did sticker over your camera so you couldn't take videos.
Sure.
It got to one point where they told us not to bring our purses in. Like, they played no games. It's like, leave everything. Just bring your ID. Don't bring water. We got water for you. Just bring your ID. That's all you need.
So this was actually during the Super Bowl. This clip right here.
That was during the performance.
Wow.
Yeah. And that guy, he actually danced with The Weeknd last year.
Got you.
So he knew the ins and outs. So he knew what to do.
Okay.
So,
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe he had it concealed somewhere.
oh, he did. A lot of people did, obviously. And here
Yeah.
I am trying to be the person because I would have been caught and they would have been like, you can't be in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to take any chances. But when I saw everybody with their phones out, I said, what? One girl basically filmed the whole performance while she was performing and put it
Wow.
on Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Wow.
I think we kind of get a glimpse of your uniform. What actually did you wear during your performance?
Gray sweats.
Gray sweats, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Gray sweat.
okay, and then we have one more video. I'll go ahead and show this one as well. Kind of looked
That's
like
after the
okay.
pumped. It was over. We did it. Everybody was happy. Everybody was hugging each other. We were just taking in the moment at that time. Because in the
Gotcha.
beginning, just walking out on the field, it was unbelievable. Just to hear everybody screaming. And surprisingly, I wasn't nervous. I was more pumped. I guess the energy just like kind of got me super excited. And the first person I saw when I walked in was Usher, like chilling on the side, just watching us walk in. And
Okay,
it was just the energy, the crowd was amazing. Nobody left. I didn't see not one empty seat. And it was just people screaming. And it was just crazy. I've never performed in front of that many people before. And just to
wow,
feel that energy on you was just I can't even explain it.
yeah, yeah.
I'll never forget it though.
Got you. Okay, so let's dig back in the comments real quick. Janet says, I'm not an NFL fan, but I know that feeling when your team makes it to the finals in the SEC, you got to go all out. When Bama got back in the spotlight, everyone was trying to get a ticket. So, absolutely. I guess she's a Bama fan, and she's talking about in 2010. And then Daryl says, I know you wasn't looking in that locker room.
You couldn't help it. They had on clothes at the time. It was
There it
halftime.
is.
Hey,
Everybody was trying to peek in.
I know, right? He says we're gonna have to talk.
Oh Lord.
Wait, if it was OBJ now.
Okay. All right. And then Janet says, y'all messy. And also you have a question. What were the rehearsals like? And I think you kind of talked about that early in the beginning of the live stream. Go ahead and kind of briefly talk about, just the rehearsals and the rehearsal schedule.
The daily rehearsal schedule was basically the same. They gave us a certain time to get there. You have to go through security, make sure you don't have anything on you, for them to tape your phone. You basically checked in with people every day because you were getting paid. So they had to make sure they marked you that you were there for that day. So you get paid for that day. From there, they gave you a snack or lunch.
Wait, stop. Time out.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
You said you got paid?
Yeah, we're getting paid. First time ever in history.
Okay. Babe, why you didn't? You could have sent your information. You could have sent mine from. I could have got paid.
No one knew. We didn't know. Everybody thought this was like a volunteer thing until like the third rehearsal when they sent an email saying, make sure your stuff is correct on your backlit page so that you can get paid. And we were like, what? First time ever. Yeah, the guy who danced for the weekend said they only got their suits. Like nothing was mentioned about payment. They never got paid. So this was the first. But it was some controversy about this too.
Hey,
I don't know if you know. It was some.
Okay.
Teddy Riley's daughter was saying that the dancers need to get paid, and she was pushing for it. And I guess Dre and them was like, "You're not about to mess up our opportunity." So they were like, "Oh no, they're getting paid."
Oh, okay. So let me ask you real quick. Does Riley get like a finder's fee cut or something? I'm just asking for a friend.
Let me do me when I get the check. Just wait, homeboy.
Okay.
Why you messing up stuff?
I'm just asking. I'm trying to.
It's not gonna be a surprise when I get her what I'm supposed to get her. Be quiet, man.
Hey, I'm just trying to advocate for like a, I don't know. Okay, all right, cool. Okay.
I know the show. When I get the check
Absolutely
is not here yet.
So Riley says, yay, unforgettable. But she said that before I asked the question that I just asked. So
I know.
So yeah. Blind guy, his wife, their life says, I'm with the girl who posted on Instagram. Draw me a line so I can cross it. She's like, look, Laquita's probably like, look, I'm gonna get my phone and we gonna conceal it somewhere, and then I can just prop it up and do what I need to do. So Jenna says, tape your phone. And I think Riley Wright was laughing at my comment. Okay, so it was definitely a paid gig that you guys had fun, a wonderful experience. And now, would you do it again?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It was worth all the hassle and getting COVID tested and everything, all that kind of good stuff.
It was worth every second. Then we became kind of like a family. We still communicate, a lot of us, through Instagram. We were sad like after the Super Bowl because that was it. We were used to being together for a week, and now it's like, I won't see you anymore. So it was worth it.
Wow.
Then I got to work with Fatima. I got to see Storm do what she does. She's like a really popular LA dancer. I got to see her in person doing what she does. He choreographed the Crip Walk routine, which was like amazing.
I'm glad you said that.
I lost my mind when they started the first rehearsal, when they came out of everywhere, like doing a little sea walk.
Right.
I lost it. And I lost it for Kendrick Lamar because his dancers were so just.
Yeah, they were.
Man.
And the crazy thing is, we didn't see it during rehearsal because we were on the other side of the stage, so we couldn't see what the other people were seeing, and we just heard the other dancers like, Kendrick Lamar is like the best. So this is before they were showing it on the Oculus, so we couldn't see it. So we actually got a chance to sit down and have dinner, and he was going through his routine again, and we got to see it, and everybody just went bananas. And he went from, like I said, that beast to back to being the shy Kendrick. And we was standing up clapping for him and screaming. And he was looking like, oh my God, please no. But it was amazing to see because him himself, like, he can just put on a show. Like,
right.
I became a bigger Kendrick fan after the Super Bowl.
Right.
I was already a fan, but seeing him work is amazing.
Yeah, no, it was, and for some reason, I don't know why. I think because of some of the promotional videos that came out before the Super Bowl, I thought that Cube was going to come out and do something, right? And I didn't know that 50 was going to perform. I didn't know that Eminem was going to do his thing, but for some reason, I just thought Ice Cube would have like put the icing on the cake at some point, because he's tight with Dre, he's tight with Snoop, and that would have been like. Just like super, super extra dope, right?
Yeah, but did you hear me say we had to take COVID tests?
Yes.
And we have to be vaccinated. He's not vaccinated and he won't get it. So that would have been absolute icing on the cake. But he's not vaccinated and he doesn't want to be vaccinated. So
Cube.
Yeah.
It's all good.
And we had to sign an NDA, which is why we knew so much about the Super Bowl. Even seeing the SoFi transform, we got to see the transformation because we were there daily.
Right.
So we knew like Mary was singing. We knew Janae Aiko was singing. We of course knew about 50 and Anderson .Paak, but we couldn't say anything because we signed an NDA. And I'm, you don't want to get sued.
Right.
So
absolutely.
But you could have been the ice.
Yeah, absolutely. No, he would have been super dope. Okay, Jason. So let's. So you're at the game. You're chilling in your seat, and I think I have a couple of videos from you as well, sir. So we showed the first one of you just kind of hanging out at the seat, after you bought your ticket from Sweet Lenny. And so here's a second pick. I think we have just your vantage point, and as we can see, that's a pretty dope vantage point. I mean, you sit in level 2. I mean,
yeah,
man,
it blew my mind. Like I said, I had a sense of it just online, but then when I sat there, I was like, yo, what is this, bro? This is crazy. So yeah, and I was, like I said, I was there the whole game, and I was sitting next to I met this couple who were Bengals fans from New Jersey. They said they won their tickets in like a church raffle or something, which really had me looking at Alondra sideways because I didn't line out for that. So whatever. But So they wanted free. They just, they was like, hey, we'll just make a week out of it, and they got the hotel and the flight and all that. But they were, so we got to talk a little bit and stuff. But yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Man, no, that's cool, man. I mean, this is a wonderful vantage point. I think I have a couple of your videos as well. So let's show the first one real quick. So it looks like this is a pregame.
Yeah, I think so. I think I sent a pregame where I was just kind of, checking everything out. I think I sent you one where when the Bengals actually came out.
Yeah, I got that one. I'll play that one.
That's when I realized like that we were just louder. Like the Bengals fans were way louder than the Rams fans, and the whole game like that. So
yeah, no.
See, I was in the tunnel, Jason, so I couldn't scream. Okay.
What's up?
I was in the tunnel,
yeah, you
so
were
I
busy.
couldn't
You were
scream,
busy.
you know?
You were busy. you were busy.
So now you guys you guys get to the Super Bowl, and I mean, you guys played your heart out, man. I was kind of afraid for a second, just because.
We did, man. What was good was like going into halftime, I was feeling really confident because I think we were down 3, and we're a second half team. Like I've seen them have a whole bunch. We're just even against the Chiefs where they just look useless in the first half, and then they come out the second half, and then when Burrow came out that first play, starting the third, and threw that bomb to T. Higgins, I was like, let's go, come on. And we were winning most of the second half, but our Achilles heel that everybody knows about, which is that offensive line, just we just couldn't give Burrow a little more time in the second half. If we had just gotten like one more touchdown, I think we would have had it, but we just couldn't do it. And shout out to the Rams. They did what they had to do. It was breaking, but, I was still very excited. I mean, the only negative about it, of course, was losing, but I would do it again also. Just that experience, I mean, the Super Bowl is the Super Bowl. The NFL, they do a great job of putting on a great show. And I had fun, I mean, of course, at the end it was heartbreaking, but what I tell people is the great thing about being a Bengals fan is like you've had so many heartbreaking losses in your life that losing the Super Bowl by a few points is actually like I can get over that. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it was an awesome experience, and shout out to the Rams. I mean, I didn't have any like beef with the Rams, so that helped. I was really happy for Aaron Donald, who's my fellow Pitt Panther, Pittsburgh represents. So I was actually happy for the Rams. I was happy for LA. I was very happy for Inglewood. Of course, I wanted my team to win, but it wasn't like we lost to like the Steelers or some junk. I would have been just distraught, I just would have been hurt for life, But sorry, no love there. But but it was an awesome game, and I'm really glad. After the fact, that I'm just glad I just went ahead and took that dive and just did it. I would have really regretted that for the rest of my life had I not done it. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's kind of dig back in the comments a little bit. Darren Jones says, I'm done. Stick a fork in me, 15 hours on my feet, 2 days recovery. Literally. That's what you get for, going to the Super Bowl under false pretense. I'm talking about I'm going to help out the suite. Retribution. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds like an old man to me.
I know, right? Janet says, was rehearsals as intense as we saw like Beyonce, like in Beyonce Homecoming? And I guess that's for Anika.
Well, I think the other dancers was pretty intense. Ours was more, the choreography was easy. It was very easy to catch on. So
yeah.
It wasn't that intense. It was more time consuming and having to be there and just doing it over and over and over again.
Right.
That's about it. But it wasn't like hard.
Got you. Erwin says, rumor has it that Cube wanted too much money. Maybe. Now, here's the deal. We talking about money. I believe Dr. Dre, from what I kind of read, he spent well over $7 million, and the NFL I don't think compensated him for for the performance. So Dr. Dre, he got buku bucks.
Yeah, that's 10 cents for him.
Yeah.
No,
And-
none of them. They didn't get paid.
Yeah,
They never get paid. They get paid when it comes to like their tours and like their streams from like Apple or whatever. That's how they get paid.
Mhm.
And like Mary was saying, because people was calling her crazy for not getting paid for doing it, but she was like, "Look, this is gonna put me in a whole nother category with a whole nother audience of people who are going to go back and be like, oh, I like that song. Let me stream it." So.
Right.
Mhm.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's
Well,
kind of
they always see money, but they have to think about the long term.
yeah,
you
long
know?
term.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you're
Not
getting
about-
seen by billions of people all over the
Yeah.
world.
all
like,
over the world. Yeah,
Go do that.
Entirely different demographic
Yeah.
than what you know. We know Mary, but a lot of other people don't.
yeah,
You know, a lot
absolutely.
of people, a lot of kids on her because of Power. They think she's Monet. You know, they're like, "What Monet up there doing singing?" No,
Yeah.
she was Mary before she
Right.
was Monet. You know?
Absolutely. Blind Guy, his wife, their life says, y'all had to get vaccinated even with negative tests. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
big thing out here. I mean, out here in Cali, it's like, look, once a week I have to get tested to, go up into my school, and that's one way we stay safe. So yeah, that's like a constant thing. It's like for us, it's like, where you getting your COVID test at? Where you going to get yours? Which place has a shorter line, right? Because everyone wants a negative COVID test, even though you're vaccinated. So,
Yeah, and then we're dancing, 350 of us on the field, and we're close together. I mean, we almost had to, no mask. We had to make sure everybody was protected.
yeah,
Mhm.
I'm happy they did it. I felt a lot more comfortable knowing that everyone in there wasn't positive.
absolutely.
So,
Daryl says, great seat. He's talking about Jason. And then Shanari says, hey, guys, what up, Shanari?
Hey, Nari.
thanks, Shanari.
Daryl's, he said CLC would never. Yeah, Jason, they'll be looking at folks side eyes, be like, what are you gonna pay 10? And not only one Super Bowl ticket, they bought 2 and then raffled them off. Man, you know how many
I was like, I'm not familiar with that sort of fellowship.
yeah, that's a different kind of fellowship right there, right?
Hasn't been my experience. Sorry.
Look, I'll save my comment for afterwards.
Blind Guy, his wife, their life says, oh wow, really nice vantage point. Sweet Lenny came through.
He came through.
Absolutely. Daryl is laughing. And then Daryl is coming, never, ever, ever, never. And then
Yeah.
Shanari says, this is stars. Thank you. And then I guess he's going back to this might be Darren responding to something Jason said as it relates to
Oh, the Bengals fans being louder.
yeah.
No,
Let's
that's not
see.
what happened.
Hey, Pearl, how you doing? It's good to see you on here. Daryl Thomas says, next year, bro. We'll see. I mean,
Yeah,
but
sure.
it's going to be so hard. It's really, really hard for Super Bowl teams to kind of repeat and come back with the same vigor and effort as they did in the previous year. I mean, who knows? Patrick Mahomes might have been off that game, right? And Joe Burrow and the boys, they capitalized.
Hey, the thing is, what's different with us now that I've never experienced before is, and I know my brother Darren Hudson can understand this. We have a psychopath as our quarterback, so he's going to be back. Like, he literally was back in the gym like the next day type situation. He's that guy. So we'll be back. Not worried about it.
Now, here, did you guys see the story about your field goal kicker watching the halftime show? And they're still talking about that, man.
Yeah, because his special teams coach was not happy about that. But this kid is phenomenal, man. He's 22. He's been making kicks. I mean, just ridiculous kicks. I mean, yeah, this guy is the guy. Like, if you got a 55-yard kick, I don't even watch. I know he's gonna make it. You know what I'm saying?
He's automatic.
So, this one time, I can make an exception. It's not like he was in the locker room like they're not drawing up plays for him and nothing. Like, he know what he got to do.
He just got to kick the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now if my running back was sitting there watching it, yeah, that's a problem.
Right.
But
Yeah, no, that would have been
I,
a big.
I know
Enjoyed
the,
it
the, the coach got to be mad, but I wasn't mad at him.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
low key, I was like, look, I mean, when is he gonna ever have a chance to watch that kind of show, that magnitude, right? He's just taking it all in, and he's kind of different
You know,
anyway.
He's a rookie. Yeah, he's a rookie. This is all new.
Yeah,
This whole thing is new. So
Absolutely.
he's like, hey, who knows?
I
Yeah, I
loved
wasn't
it.
mad at him.
I loved it.
yeah, I think it was a wonderful story. I mean, he's just like, look, I'm here in
Mm-hmm.
LA, I'm at the Super Bowl. All I gotta do is just kick the ball, just put the ball on
Yeah.
spot
Yeah,
the ball
just-
on the field,
Get me there.
you know.
Get me
and
there.
I'll kick.
Even as we were driving down at the end, you know, when we got to that 4th and 1, I mean, I'm thinking we just got to get in field goal range. We don't even need a touchdown because we got this guy on our team that can kick from midfield with no problem. We just got to get down the field, you know, and we didn't make it. But I wasn't even thinking about a touchdown. I was like, man, we just got to get in this guy's range and we're good.
Yeah.
So no problems with me and him. I'm okay with his decision.
Yeah, no, heck, I mean, yeah, it's just something, and it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission. It ain't like you're gonna ask, "Hey, coach, can I check out the?"
Right?
like-
Yeah, you can't ask. They
like,
gonna be
I'm
like,
just-
you don't get in here.
Yeah, he's just like, y'all go ahead
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I'll be right there.
I'll be right there.
Yeah.
No,
But he hit him with the afterwards. I was cracking up. He was like, I'm
yeah,
not mad.
yeah,
I'm not mad.
Hey, look, hey, no, it's not like we lost because of him or nothing. So it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
absolutely. So let's just kind of finish up a little bit, man. So after the game, man, what were your? Of course, you experienced the emotions of being sad and disappointed. But
Yeah.
what was? I mean, how long did you stick around after the game was over?
Okay, so I get to tell this story. So I left immediately because literally when Aaron Donald made that play and we knew it was over, there and of course we're like, oh man, and then I felt like liquid drop onto me. And I was like, what is that? And it was me and there's this black woman in front of me who was also a Bengals fan. And we both turned around like, what's that? And there's this drunk Rams fan up higher. And Rams. And he's throwing beer. I say, yeah, it's time to go. See, it's that because I'm not in a good place right now anyway. And he drunk and acting this time. So I literally just beeline right after that. So by the time like the game clock hit 0, I was pretty much like, on the escalators. Like I just made a straight beeline, like I'm out. Funny thing was, I'm walking around the stadium and I'm going through that exit trying to get out, like, towards the Ubers, like on Penn K. And of course, this like bottleneck, like we're all just, like on top of each other trying to get out. This guy comes through yelling like, hey, clear out, clear out. He has a flashlight. He's like, clear out, clear out. So it parts. He comes through. Steph Curry and Aisha Curry are behind him and their whole entourage. So they had to like part the seas to get them out of there, I guess, to their, Uber or whatever. And so that was funny that we was like, leaving the same way they were leaving. But of course they got the, the VIP exit out.
Absolutely.
And that was it. I just kept walking and my phone was dying. So I couldn't call anybody or anything. But, I was a few blocks from the crib. So I just walked home and, got in the house, but was excited that I could get home that fast after.
Yeah.
Being at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, my friend Pearl asked, where did you park? Well, actually, he's walking distance from SoFi.
Yeah,
So
I parked in my house.
he literally parked.
My car never moved. Yeah.
Yeah, he parked in his
out of
house.
where I live and walked a few blocks up and made a left and was at the stadium.
Yeah.
So,
How long was your walk? Probably about 15 minutes.
longer only just because of that bottleneck, like just trying to get. And then where I was sitting, I was on the other side of the stadium.
Oh, got
like,
you.
clear
Okay.
on the other side, so I had to walk all the way back around just to even get to to Penn K, and then it took forever to to get through that bottleneck. And then but once I got around that and got halfway up Kareem, I was good.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm just responding to Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, no, it was I mean, it was a whole bunch of shenanigans over there. I'm sure, Rams fans were excited.
Yeah.
My son, he was attending a party in our community because we, if you're just hopping on, we live right next door. Jason lives across the street from SoFi, and so he was attending a Super Bowl party, and I think at the end, him and some of his friends decided to walk down near the stadium, and so he was able to get a picture of Calais Campbell. But yeah, it was kind of thumping over there. I think fireworks were in order. People, excited. Rams fans excited, and as they should be, right? I mean,
they should be. Yeah, and overall, the Rams fans were great. It was just this one guy. Everybody else was cool. But it was this one guy that was just doing too much. So I was like, all right, I'm out because this is
Always one.
Today ain't the day for that. Nah, it's time to go.
Gotcha. Hey, Pearl, hit me up. Hit me up. She just responding to
I need the parking hookup.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm always, where I live, they discourage it, but
right.
You don't listen. Anybody lets me know, like, yo, I'm going to a concert at the Forum. I'm like, come on through. You ain't paying $80 on my watch. That's
yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I think Darren, one of the week before the Super Bowl or something, I think during the championship game, when he was working the suites, I think we did a hookup for him. Erwin says he says you should have climbed the back wall to get to your spot. You had to go through all the ivy. You had to go through all
hilarious.
the ivy. Yeah,
nah, I'm good.
Yeah. Blind guy, his wife, their wife says, their life says, yep, we don't fool with falling beer fans, right? Or flailing beer fans. Yeah. No, it's kind of crazy. I mean, it's okay for you to, celebrate, but you got to celebrate responsibly.
But nah, bro, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, yeah. Man, this has been a blast, man. So, you got one other story, Ernika, and then I'm gonna come back over you, Jason. You got one more story for us, Ernika, before we finish up tonight.
I can tell you about a little interesting conversation that we heard. I can't go into detail.
Okay, let me cut the music. Let me cut the music. And I'm gonna lean in.
Well, we got to hear a conversation between the artists. They didn't know we were listening. They didn't know because each section kind of had their own station, so people can talk to you in your earpiece. So the artists usually had their own station. They didn't know we were all on the same station one day. So we heard conversations from Snoop and Dre and everybody that was very manly. That's all I'm gonna say. It was very manly. You heard a little giggle here and there from Mary, and you heard Snoop and Dre talking, and it got to the point where the producer was like, "Hey guys, do you know everybody can hear you?" And Dre around and looked at all of us. He was like, "Y'all can hear us," and we were like, "Yes." And Snoop was like, "Oh shoot!" And Dre was like, "Well, we family now. This is how we talk." And Snoop was like, "Yeah, welcome to our comedy show." Like, but what they was saying, I can't say.
Okay.
It was a conversation.
Quite a conversation.
Were just giggling. Oh.
Wow.
It was, we was just giggling away. It was all of them talking. Had no idea.
Darren says he was watching that game too. Shameless me. Yeah, we know you were watching. Daryl's like, tell us. She kind of told us a little bit, man. She didn't want to spill the beans too much.
I signed an NDA, so.
Yeah, okay. Pearl says, well, Dre is divorced. Yes, that he is. That he is.
Can we talk about the song selection? Because a lot of people was complaining about Mary J singing No More Drama.
Right.
Can I just say the performance was amazing live, I guess. It didn't come across the same on TV, but the music was so good and the dancers were so good. And the song was so perfect because if you think about everything that they have all been through, like Mary had that terrible divorce, and then just now hearing that she was broke basically because her ex-husband took all her money, and then Dre having his divorce and having the brain aneurysm, and then just everything that was happening with 2020, 2021, no more drama. That was the purpose of that song. Like, just no more. We don't want any more. And to go from that to we gonna be all right. So it was a reason. And then every Super Bowl halftime show has a slow song. So
Yeah.
I mean, it was a huge discussion about that.
Yeah.
That was a terrible song. No, it was perfect. And
Yeah.
she sang the other song because that's the one that Dre produced for her.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
I thought it
yeah. No, absolutely. I was just going to respond to Pearl's comment about Snoop. Snoop is becoming a media mogul himself. Just
He is.
with the restaurant and the wine, and he's just dabbling his foot in everything.
Death Row Records.
Yeah, and so good for him. That he's taken a negative situation, right? And I'm referencing when he was put up for murder, and he kind of went against the grain and was like, "Look, I got a family. I don't want to go up. I got my little kid on the way, or maybe the kid was born." He's like, "Look, nope, nope." He was like, I need to think about the future, right? And so for and I'm not saying it's okay for him to blaze up, but I mean just the business acumen from what he started from and where he is now, collaborating with Martha Stewart, and just
that put him on another level.
Yeah,
people love him.
It's
like even my mom be like, "Oh, look at Snoop Dogg!" Like everyone knows Snoop.
Yeah.
Because he's so lovable. He is who he is.
Yeah.
And you gotta love that about him. Like he's not gonna be someone else. And he's just a funny guy. Like the entire week he cracked jokes. The entire week. Like he was our comic relief.
Yeah.
He was just a cool guy.
Yeah. And that's cool. You need to see that sometimes instead of, because the media will want you to think that he's this extra, hard and criminal rapper that just goes around and but he has another side. He has a business side, and he has to keep a certain persona, right? But he's true to himself, and so
they've all grown up.
Yeah,
they're grown.
Absolutely.
They were kids doing that stuff. Now they're grown men with businesses, and they're doing their thing.
Grown men's businesses. Blind Guy, his wife, their life says, "Girl, just tell us what they said. We family now." After hanging out this long. Oh man. And then Pearl says, yes, he is everything. He needs to be careful, especially in social media. Absolutely, in some of these posts, just the same way 50 does. Yeah, you remember when he came out and kind of blasted Gail, and then he had to come back and kind of retract. And I think someone kind of got in his ear, like, look, bro, just calm it down. You don't have to have a profanity-laced post every single time without really, saying how you feel. We get you.
It was Jada.
Yeah.
Jada Pickett.
Yeah.
It was her.
Yeah, so.
But 50 kind of got, with his, all the jokes that people had about him.
Yeah.
He was a good sport about it, I must say.
Yeah.
He was a really good sport.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, for him to perform upside down, I mean, that was, all the little memes that came out afterwards, it was just hilarious.
Can
right?
I say, he's not big in person. He's very fit. So I was confused at first until I saw the replay. Oh, but 50, I'm telling you guys, he's not a big guy whatsoever. Wow. 50 is buff. Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
And he got up there with ease. It wasn't like he was waiting like the whole time that they were performing to drop down. Yeah. Right before it was his turn, he grabbed the hood, flipped upside down, then came down. Gotcha. So he did it with ease.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Man, this has been great, man. We've been hanging out for almost an hour and 30 minutes. So this has been great, man. Jason, I gave Vernica, kind of like the last word 10 minutes ago. Last story.
Okay.
Now, besides the beer flailing, or was that your last story?
Yeah, that was my last story. I mean, I headed out after that, which I don't know what I would have done had that not happened. I probably still wouldn't have hung around too long, but that kind of just gave me the motivation. Like, all right, let's get on this path out of here, because you still got to walk back around and
Yeah.
the whole nine. So yeah, so I don't. That's my final story. And then passing by Steph Curry and Aisha Curry, or they passed me, on the way out. That was it. That's all I got.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I appreciate both of you taking time out of your busy Sunday schedule, and just coming to share, give us some behind the scenes as it relates to, what happened at the Super Bowl. My friend Pearl says, I have a crazy story about Super Bowl, but I cannot share it here. But I know, someone who got in for free. Pearl, you don't have to tell me.
I
who
do too. I do too.
Man, okay.
It might be the same person, Pearl.
Shanari says she loved this. Yeah. So, we're going to try to make, find some suitors for Tales from the Super Bowl episode number 3. I do have a couple of people in mind, so I'm going to reach out to them this week. And by midweek, hopefully you'll get the notification if I can confirm the people that I'm thinking about to go live next week. Or maybe the following week, because I think I'm going to be in San Diego next week. But we'll see. Hopefully there's going to be another video, third episode, and so we'll see. So as I close out, I'm just kind of digging through these comments real quick. All the stars in LA, unlike any Super Bowl, I guarantee you. Absolutely. I think he's probably talking about getting in for free or just there. Princess Savage Gangster. Wait, he didn't high five Steph on the way out of those with those ticket prices. Did you try to give a high five, Jason?
Nah, I did not. It happened so fast. I was like, "Oh, that's Steph. Oh, that's like." Oh, and then they was gone.
Daryl says next week, Real Husbands of Super Bowl Dancers. Wow. Okay. oh, this dude got in for free. This guy right here, he got him for free, and then want to complain that his feet hurt.
Right.
Yeah, because you didn't have a ticket, you bum. Talk about 2 days to recover. That's what you get. That's what Stan Kroenke gonna come after you.
Right.
Darren goes, wish in my 20s and partying again, and then Darren is laughing. So yeah, hopefully we'll come back. If not next week, the week after, with episode number 3, Tales from the Super Bowl. Once again, I appreciate Arnika. I appreciate you, Jason, for just telling us, because I was wondering. I was like, how does brother get up in there? How does brother...
a lot of people been hitting me up. Yo, well, how you? I'm like, hey. God's plan. That's how I got
God's plan. There you go.
That's right.
There you go.
Right.
God's plan. Well, you guys hang tight for a hot second. I'm gonna send you back to the green room and I'm gonna close it out. But I appreciate you guys hanging out, just kind of giving us the behind the scenes from the Super Bowl.
Appreciate you, bro.
No problem.
No,
All right. Hang tight.
Fun.
Yes, it was. Hang tight, you guys. Alrighty, guys. So that's it. We've been going at this thing for about an hour and a half, and so I just appreciate it. If you tuned in, if you're watching, go ahead and drop some comments if you're watching, and if you haven't had the chance, while we're here, you can go ahead and if you're on YouTube, go ahead and leave a comment. Well, some of you guys have been leaving comments anyway. You can like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mr. Riley's World. I would really, really appreciate it. And man, we just love doing this. Coming to you live from the West Coast, the best coast, the West Side. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out. Thanks for watching.